YouTubers, happy Friday. Today was a good day in the market. So we opened up here at 4:30. The price pushed up here to about 4:32. We stayed up above the 5 SMA pretty much for a good hour. Above the 5 SMA, above the 10 SMA, above the 20 SMA, and above the 50 SMA, you should already be thinking that we are bull stacked and you should be thinking about calls. So here, taking calls up, it wrote the 5 SMA all the way up. You could also visualize the trend, induce a trend line where it's bouncing off of pretty much. So right here, where I posted earlier this morning, once it closed under the 5 SMA, you should have gotten out of your calls. And then we're outside of the Keltner channel. So price action always usually returns to the mid Keltner channel and then eventually the bottom Keltner channel. So with 0-day expirations, you should be getting out here, right? When you see price action going back up, and then you can go ahead and play the rejection once you see that happen right here. Also, in this area, we're still under the plot line, right? So rejections are good for puts. Otherwise, versus earlier in the morning, we're above the plot line, and that's why we're going for calls. Okay, also the Gears RSI crossed down here, and you could have did the rejection put entry here and took it down to under the 50 SMA out to outside of the Keltner band where I exited my position, and then I entered another position here at the rejection of the 50 SMA and took it down to here. And then another one, I waited for it to come back here to test the 10 SMA and then slam this at the evening star. And I slammed it here down to here. And I exited the double bottom of the day and I called it a day and I went and took a nap. So, I mean, you really only need a couple of these plays a day. So $2 here. What was this? $1 here. And then up here. Took another, well, just 430, 160 down to 429. That's another $2. And then these moves were not much, but I slammed them pretty hard and I got a decent amount out of there. So that's the 5-minute chart for today. But let's take a look at the 1-hour chart. Let's see what it looks like here. So it was a $2 move up, $2 move down today. Reached under the 5 SMA and bounced on the 10 SMA. The daily. So we've been holding this 426 line for a couple days now, or 4 or 5 days now. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the range was 430. We broke that today. So still holding above the 5 SMA. I will still be in calls until we breach this orange trend line here. I did set an alarm for this trend line particularly. I just found out that today, actually, you can set it for the trend line and not just horizontal lines. So I did set an alarm. Once it breaches and cuts down under this trend line, I'll be looking for some put entries. But for now, we are still bullish above the 5 SMA still. My next resistance will be about 437.50 area. And then, so we're still bullish until we breach the 10 SMA at 425, mid Keltner at 421, and then the 50 about 414. So all these areas are still bullish. Price action can come down to these areas and still push up. But for now, we are in a bullish trend. Good luck, guys.